you for joining us. I want to talk today a little bit about your experiences with agency leads. Your feedback is very important, and we certainly want to give our new members the best practices to work with our platform and get the most success out of it. So, please tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to use agency leads.
Yep. So I am the Director of Client Engagement for Staffing Solutions Enterprises in Cleveland, Ohio. And the bulk of what we do is office professional roles. I am trying to remember how I even got connected with Anthony at Agency Leads, but had done a demo and was very impressed by the amount of information and leads that were in there. Not only the leads in terms of the roles that were open from organizations that we would like to work with, but the depth of information on each organization in terms of revenue, contact information for the higher level decision makers at those organizations.
Right. And how do you integrate that into your daily work schedule?
Yeah, it is turned into the first thing that I go to in terms of prospecting. I've used other similar tools in the past. I won't say any of those names, but I go to agency leads right away. One of the most important things that I have done is setting up those saved searches. So I have those broken out by company size and geography so that I'm targeting one specific area of Northeast Ohio at a time, and then based on company size. So typically I have one that's set up for 50 to 500 employees based on geography, and then another 500 employees and higher, because those are two different sales processes, different service offerings that we would offer those individuals. So having those saved searches and checking that every morning, you'll get the email alerts, which is super helpful to say, hey, this saved search has a new lead in it. Go check it out. But yeah, like I said, it's the first thing that I go to every morning.
Right. I just want to mention for the members that we do send notification emails every time there are new leads coming in, as well for the saved searches, but also for the client list. So for all the companies that you keep in your client list, you will receive these notification emails, which of course put you on top of the game. Great.
Yeah. The client list is really good too, and I'm glad you mentioned that because I was not initially using that. And when we had our first check-in call, I think 2 weeks into me using it, you had made special note of that, which I've certainly taken advantage of, because those emails, this company in your client list has a new role posted. That's certainly been important to get as well. And I know it says client list, so I do have our clients in there, but then I'm also adding my prospects in there as well. So it's good to get those notifications. And, one of the things that I had found was a client that we have that we're helping out a lot on the temp side. I got a notification that they had a direct hire opportunity that they were using another agency for. So that was a great way for us to connect with that particular decision maker and say, hey, here's how we're helping out on the temp side. Want to make sure that that we can help out on the direct hire side as well.
Right. Great. That's great strategy, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Outreach is, of course, is the key word for working with the platform. The more outreach you can do, the more chances of a success. How do you work with the outreach, and do you use the outreach list tool that we have inside our software?
I'm not using that. I'm emailing straight from Outlook. I know I manually enter the leads into Bullhorn, which is the ATS that we use. So certainly something that I need to look at in terms of dumping those people into Bullhorn. I've just been doing it manually, probably making things harder on myself for the time being. But I approach that a couple different ways. There's our recruiters are constantly talking to candidates, so I can keep it super high level and say, one of my recruiters let me know that, let's say it's an accounts payable role. One of my recruiters let me know that they had a candidate that they're working with that informed them they interviewed with you through a third party for this open accounts payable role. Would love to have a conversation about how we can support and what our pipeline of accounts payable candidates looks like. Then there's some where I've specifically said, hey, I know you're working with this company based on market intel that I have, and would love to have a conversation about what partnership with Staffing Solutions looks like. So I'm kind of beta testing those different messages to see what gets the quickest bite, so to speak. But I am approaching it on a case by case basis.
Right. And while we're talking about that sales side, if you don't mind, how would you overcome the first objections of your prospects?
Yeah, so we are living in a commoditized industry. There's thousands and thousands of staffing and recruiting firms. So depending on the size of the organization or the role, it's sharing a lot of case studies. So take an accounts payable role as an example. I'm listing the last however many people that we placed in accounts payable roles with similar organizations of their size, customer testimonials. Here's why, Kathy at ABC Company loves working with us. So there's a lot of different approaches there, but I think the case study part is important. And it's also good to know if when, I ask you in the chat who's working on this role, and I know that particular staffing and recruiting firm might not be niched in doing accounting and finance roles, I can highlight that. We have a recruit specifically dedicated to accounting and finance roles. The firm you are working with might be specialized in other areas and just helping here. So if you want an industry expert in these types of roles, would love to have that conversation.
Right, perfect. And what would you suggest to our new members in terms of best practices of working with the platform?
Yeah, I would say make it part of your process. As I had mentioned, it's the first thing that I look at in the morning. When I'm taking a look in Bullhorn at, okay, who do I need to reach out to today? I then go to agency leads. What's the activity there? Are there any other contacts at that organization that I've not reached out to that I now have their contact information because of agency leads? So I think it's making it the first step in the process, so to speak, because there is so much valuable data within the tool that it's not an afterthought. Like, hey, we'll come here last. For me, it's something that I'm going to first.
Right. Well, the fact that we do have the staffing agency which is working on a specific role is, of course, the bread and butter of this platform. And it is good to use it in your sales strategy, absolutely, because that will give you that knowledge that others may not have. And then it is a different approach, of course, which the company you're prospecting with will certainly appreciate. What kind of success are you having so far? And I believe you're also using our affiliate program. Is that right?
Yes. Yep. So far, it's gone really well. We've been able to add. We have within Bullhorn, we have an automated email campaign. So I've been able to reach out to more people quickly and get them on those automated email campaigns and the alerts when they're looking at emails, clicking on things. And that gets brought to my attention to follow up with them more quickly. I think the other thing that it's been valuable for is, the referral partners that we work with. When I see that someone's connected on LinkedIn to that organization that's using third-party firms, going to them so that I can get the referral in and maybe not even have to worry about the cold outreach has been very helpful. And then, the affiliate program. I was just at Staffing World in Charlotte. It was in Charlotte this year. It will be in Nashville next year. We're constantly talking peer-to-peer, what's working, what's not working, and had shown a few different people how I'm using agency leads, and I believe there's 2 or 3, maybe 4 that have signed up and have really enjoyed getting into the software.
Excellent. That's right, indeed. And thank you very much for that. I'm not going to take up more of your time. Thank you very much for joining us on this call. We really appreciate it a lot. And we wish you a lot of success with agency leads. You certainly started very strongly, so you're on the right track. Thanks a lot. We will stay in close touch, of course. And well, I wish you an excellent day further on, Blake.
Yeah. And if there's one other thing that I can add before I leave is just the customer service of agency leads. Whether I'm asking you a question or Anthony, people, you all get back to me very quickly, and that's very appreciated because there's other technologies we use where it takes a while to get an answer, but having that live chat in there and being able to ask questions and get the responses has been very valuable, because if I don't know something or have a question, waiting a week or two to get an answer is sometimes infuriating. So thank you to you and your team for always being very responsive.
All right. Well, it's with a lot of pleasure. Yeah, it's good to mention that we do have a live chat. It's not AI. It's not a robot. We're there to help our members with with all the questions and challenges that they have with the platform. So thanks a lot again, Blake. An excellent day, and again, thank you for joining this call.
Yep. Thanks, Philip.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Alrighty. Bye.
Thank you for watching. For more information, support, or to subscribe, you can call, email, or visit us at agency-leads.com.